Hi, it's Leslie Meredith with Breakbulk Events and Media here in Houston. And I have our long-term friend, Igor from Erhardt Projects, who is exhibiting here, exhibits at Middle East, and also Breakbulk Europe. So welcome, great to see you.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Wonderful. Well, you just recently finished a session on volatility and risk in project logistics.
Yep.
That's a big topic these days.
Actually, it's massive. Unfortunately, it's a big topic. Um, it was very interesting. We have good questions, and I have to say that one thing we shared in the panel was that the importance of communication, the importance of partnership with customers, the importance of proper alignment, and to be prepared. These days, with all these geopolitical situations that we are facing, the Red Sea, the wars, the different, you have to be prepared and you have to be ready. And that's something that these days, if you don't communicate properly, and you don't prepare yourself, your teams, it's difficult. And I have to say that after COVID, our industry has changed a lot.
What do you mean by that?
We used to have long-term projects, 2 or 3 years. We were able to plan ourselves. These days, everything is a spot. It's for today, which require bigger stuff. You have to have more knowledge. You have to have more expertise. Our project cargo industry has become very technical. 1/3 of our staff are engineers. We have a strong chartering desk, and if you don't have that stuff, and you have people ready with this knowledge in this difficult situation, volatile situation that we are facing globally, it's difficult, and yeah, it's a big change for our industry.
Interesting. So, when you say you have to be prepared and plan, many of these events, I think, to some extent, were unforeseen. But we
Yeah.
didn't know that
Yes.
necessarily they were coming. But I think what I'm getting from you is maybe you have to think about what might happen. Even if it's not happening right now, there's still signs, there are things, that happen
Absolutely.
in advance that might point you in the direction and tell you to prepare for this or that. But when we look at, the geopolitical risks, et cetera, how do you plan for that?
We don't have a crystal ball, but it is something that you need to be in the social media. You have to be more international. You have to be in a direct communication with customers. You have to build partnership with customers. You have to make sure that your team is ready. You train them, you coach them, and it takes time. It requires investment because in our industry in projects, when you start a project and after when you finish a project, it's totally different. Things change, and we are used to it, to this kind of constraints. We are used to this kind of changes. But you need to be flexible and adaptable. That flexibility these days is crucial. Preparation, investment in advance, proper communication with customers, maybe having a contingency plans, risk assessments, and the partnership, because our business is about trust and people. That's our basics in our industry: trust and people, and that's something that you have to be prepared.
Right, and that's not something that happens overnight.
No, no. It's a daily job. You have to have a plan internally in the company. You have to make sure it's a top down, because top down from the board, from the management, they have to make sure that they have the right staff. And this is something, these days, the attitude in our industry is crucial. I mean, you want to do project cargo, you have to love this.
Mm,
It's about passion. It's about be ready for unexpected things. When you have
exactly.
constraints, you have a challenge, vessel delay, lake counts, all of this. I think we are more familiar. It's part of our DNA. We travel a lot in our industry. It's very international. Not so. Of course, sometimes it's a local industry, but it's very international. And you have to be familiar with this environment. So it's a mix of things and actions that you are prepared and you think in advance and you prepare yourself. Of course, it will be challenge. You will have challenge, but you will be able to face this challenge in a better way.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Before I let you go, give me your impressions of Breakbulk Americas this year.
Um, it's been great. One thing I love about Breakbulk America, I lived here for 6 years of my life,
Ah.
from
Mm-hmm.
17 until 23. So I love USA. So, and now one thing I love about Breakbulk America is very local, but it's international and local. And that mix of, I think every day you see new vendors, new barge companies, new M&As. The next 10 years, especially the energy segment, is going to increase so much. And you can see many companies preparing themselves. And that I think has been good because, we will need equipment, we will need assets, we need rail cars, we need trucks. And when you see these companies getting there, being ready, doing investments, good news. That's the
Absolutely.
I have seen the good news in a big market. So it's been great. It's been fantastic 3 days here.
Excellent. I'm so happy to hear that, and it's great to see you. And
Yes.
I will see you in what I'm sure will turn out to be a few short months
Yes.
in the Middle East.
Middle East in Dubai.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you so much.